Hi, this is Wen Haodu. I'm going to talk about political, legal, and technology environment of Japan. Japan is one of the most developed countries in the world, with one of the strongest economies. Such is because it is a position 3 when it comes to the largest world economies, with a gross domestic product of $5.154 trillion as of 2019. Japan is regarded as the East Asian powerhouse, but it lies in position 114th when considering the listed countries to conduct business in. The success that Japan has had over the years is attributed to various elements within its society. Japan is a democratic country that is governed through a constitutional monarch system, where the monarch is referred to as an emperor. Just like many monarchs around the world, the Japanese monarch is a ceremonial leader who has a limited say on the running of the government. The constitution and the Japanese people consider the emperor as a unifying factor among the people of Japan and also as a symbol of the Japanese state. In Japan, the prime minister and the cabinet have powers bestowed upon them by the constitution to conduct all the affairs of government. In this regard, the prime minister is the head of the government in Japan and also directs the functions of the cabinet members appointed to serve the people of Japan. Japanese people are allowed to elect leaders who will represent them in the House of the Legislature and the House of Councilors. The House of Representatives and the House of Councilors play the role of enacting laws that govern Japan as a country. The Japan Constitution gives sovereign powers to the Japanese. There are 5 types of courts in Japan: the Supreme Court, High Courts, District Courts, Family Courts, and Summary Court. The Summary Courts handle, in principle, civil cases involving claims which do not exceed 90,000 yen, and the criminal cases relating to offenses punishable by fines or lighter penalties and civil cancellation. They are situated in 438 locations nationwide. The cases are handled by a single summary court judge. The district courts handle the first instance of most types of civil and criminal cases. They are situated in 50 locations nationwide, with branch office in 2 or 3 locations. Most cases are disposed by a single judge. Aside from those cases in which it has been decided that hearing and judgment shall be made by a collegiate court, or cases where the crimes are punishable by imprisonment with or without labor for a minimum period of not less than 1 year. The family courts handle family affairs, determinations, and conciliations, as well as juvenile delinquency cases. They are situated in 50 locations nationwide, with branch offices in 203 locations and local offices in 77 locations. The cases are handled by a single judge. The high courts handle appeals filed against the judgments rendered by the district courts, family courts, or summary courts. The high courts are situated in 8 locations, namely with the branch office are situated in 6 locations. The cases are handled by a collegiate body consisting of the 3 judges. The Supreme Court is the highest and the final court that handles appeals filed against judgments rendered by the High Courts. It is composed of the Chief Justice and 14 justices with a grand bench made up all 15 justices and 3 petty benches, each made up of 5 justices. The cases are first assigned to one of the 3 petty benches, and those cases involve constitutional questions are transferred to the grand bench for its inquiry and adjudication. The main political parties in Japan are the Liberal Democratic Party, Komeito, Japanese Communist Party, Constitutional Democratic Party of Japan, the Social Democratic Party, Happiness Realization Party, and many others. Although Japan has many political parties, the Liberal Democratic Party is the largest in terms of its followers, and it has dominated the politics of Japan for ages. The Liberal Democratic Party has produced the Prime Minister in Japan from 1955 to date, and the Constitutional Democratic Party of Japan has been on the other side playing the role of opposition ever since. Japan as a country is stringent on its legal activities since it observes the international law requirements. As a result of operating under a multi-party democracy system, Japan follows laws that ensure the peaceful coexistence of everyone in Japan, including the foreigners. Laws are made and enacted by the House of Councillors and the House of Representatives in Japan. The Supreme Court and other lower courts have legal powers, while the people of Japan retain the uh, retain the sovereign powers. In Japan, Japanese and foreigners can work as directors, employees, dispatched workers, or even independent contractors. The workers in Japan are entitled to international standards for employees' treatment. The measures include a given number of working hours, a given minimum wage per hour, um, maternity leaves, holidays, and work breaks. Companies in Japan are required to register their employees with the government for employee protection schemes such as health insurance, employee accident compensation insurance, pension insurance, and unemployment insurance. The employees protection schemes are initiated by the Japanese government and apply to every employee working in Japan, regardless of either they are Japanese or foreigners. The schemes are meant to protect everyone who works in Japan from possible exploitation by ill-mannered employees. Japan innovated the automated system that have helped the world solve the various problems they face. The computerized systems are used in airports, hospitals, and restaurants. The computerized systems are used for services such as raising the alarm, security checks, and ticketing, which would otherwise require many human resources to fulfill. As at 2018, there were 1,300,000 robots that were used across the world. Among the fictional robots, 500,000 robots operated in Japan. Robots are being used to improve efficiency and deliver work at a rate that cannot be matched by human beings. Japan was the first country to develop and use the contactless payment system before any other country thought about technology. The development of the contactless payment system enabled a better utilization of human resources in organizations, hence better performance. Japan has come up with a multitude of creative payment methods. This is a country that brought us Bitcoin. After all, in September 2017, Japan once again became the biggest Bitcoin marketplace, with the famous cryptocurrency gaining a market share of 50.75%. The Japanese government has been driving innovation and pushing for the growth of virtual currencies. Biomimetic technology is a form of technology that enables technological creators and innovators to create equipment that limits the systems, models, and elements of nature, intending to solve complex issues that face human beings. Precision of biomimetic technology has enabled Japan to develop some of the luxury cars in the world, and also advanced food packaging technology, as well as film production to meet the enter entertainment needs of human beings. In conclusion, Japan offers one of the most exciting environments to live and work in. The political environment of Japan is like most of the political environments in the world, hence favorable to everyone. Since it is a democratic constitutional state, the rights of everyone are guaranteed. While in Japan, Japan operates under a multi-party system with thousands of political parties, but the politics of Japan and dominated by just two political parties. The Liberal People's Party has been in leadership of Japan since 1955, while the Constitutional Democratic Party of Japan has been the opposition party of the time that LDP has been leading Japan. Japan has one of the safest legal environments, since the government ensures that rights of all employees are protected regardless of their nationality. The government requires all employees to register their employer to register their employees for social security schemes such as health insurance, employee accident compensation insurance, pension insurance, and unemployment insurance. Also, Japan is well advanced technology, which makes it a leading global force in technology creation and innovation. Japan has almost half of the functional robots that are being used all over the world. Japan also has a biomimetic technology, which allows it to develop technological objects that are aimed to solving complex human problems. With biomimetic technology, Japan has been able to produce some of the luxury cars in the world and also improve food packaging technology such as yogurt packaging. And this is a reference. Thank you.